Welcome back to MidEast in Depth. Today we will look at the ongoing political crisis in Iraq. Jamal Hashim writes an analysis on Iraq. He titles it "Maliki's cling to power plunges Iraq into political turmoil." Iraq's embattled Prime Minister Nouri Al Maliki has rejected his successor appointed by newly elected President Fuad Massoum in his last attempt to cling to power. The rejection of Prime Minister-designate Haider al-Abadi's appointment has come just as some elite Iraqi security forces were seen deployed in various Baghdad streets, blocking off main avenues, while hundreds of Maliki supporters also had rally in Baghdad, raising fears that Maliki may resort to force by using loyalists within the security forces to stay in power. The writer adds, given that Maliki is still commander-in-chief of Iraq's armed forces and holds many security posts, some worry that Maliki and his allies could lead a coup to stay in office. Sabah al-Sheikh, a professor of politics at Baghdad University, says that fears of a coup are overblown, pointing out that many of Maliki's officers are from the former security forces of Saddam Hussein, and these officers would most likely change their allegiances to new leaders. Maliki went on to accuse his political opponents of collaborating with the United States in their effort to prevent him from running for a third term. He said the external collaboration was disclosed when he rejected the constitutional violation. The US administration stood at the side of those who violated the constitution. But it is unlikely that Maliki will carry out a real coup, although he has delivered speeches similar to coup speeches. Iraqi political analyst Hamza Abbas says that if Maliki succeeds in the federal court and nullifies Abadi's nomination and become the prime minister designate, it's unlikely that he would be able to form the cabinet within 1 month and gain parliament's approval, further hampering Iraq's sorely needed political process. Lebanese columnist Rami Khouri writes a piece on Iraq. He believes the country is caught between glory and despair. Khouri says we should first grasp the various elements that paved the route to Iraq's current misfortunes so that we do not repeat them again across the region. Iraq's condition is not unique, he says. The factors that shape it operate in many countries around the Middle East, and these include foreign interests that create the country in the first place, decades of megalomaniacal security state rule that led to corruption and mediocrity in state institutions, and structural meddling in Iraq's affairs by strong regional powers, in addition to the rise of militant movements using religion for mobilizing and legitimizing purposes. And most of these elements exist in many other Arab states that face similar vulnerabilities, such as Syria, Libya, Yemen, Sudan, and in a more limited way Lebanon, Algeria, and even Egypt. But while it is easy to list the elements that have brought Iraq to this dangerous point, it is much more difficult to identify the route for it to emerge from the crisis and embark on a path to recovery and normal development. And then Khouri wonders where to begin in the process of improving the situation in Iraq. He argues foreign military assistance is clearly required in the short run to give Iraqis the breathing space to regroup and repel the Islamic State phenomenon. He says it is remarkable to date that we have not witnessed a serious coordinated move by Iraq, Iran, Saudi, Turkey, Jordan, and the US to pool their resources and crush the Islamic State. All these countries are threatened by the expansion of the Islamic State and similar movements, and they have more than enough resources to shatter the group. Khouri adds the more time the Islamic State is given to consolidate its rules and evolve in a manner that generates more genuine local support and legitimacy, which it has largely lacked, the more difficult it will be to eliminate it some month down the road. That was it for today's analysis. For more updates, visit our website levant.tv. You could also subscribe to MidEast in Depth on iTunes. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.